Okay. Here we have some derogatory answers. Let me see. It was my attorney that I hired in the beginning, Don Demana, February 29, 2012. Okay. So this is all information that they were requesting. Okay. Which is Don Demana. All right. So a little story about Don Demana. Okay. What happened was I know I gave her like almost $4,000, okay, and he was threatening to kick me out of the house again, or trying to get me out of the house, or saying I was a bad mother and all this, whatever he was trying to do. And she said she had stopped that, but she didn't really stop that. She never really did anything, actually. All she did was take my money and then cancel, withdraw after, which I knew, that's what they do. But anyhow, when you run out of money, and then, I had like a little bit of money left and she wanted that too. So I said no. I ended up not, she withdrew, but, I was kind of wanted to fire her anyways. But anyhow, I want to tell you a story about the mediation that went on. It was very unprofessional. So I got, they do the mediation, they force you into it. So you go and you sit in a room, okay? And I had, I don't even remember the lady's name, but it was Dawn Demana and another woman that does the mediation, okay? And at that time I was going through depression and I almost missed my hearing. I was very distraught. I wasn't thinking straight. So I wasn't in the right mind to make any major decisions at that point in my life, and they knew it. And so I wasn't really saying much at the table, but Dawn Demana and the other woman continued to have their little conversation about, where they're shopping for their expensive jewelry and their expensive bags and, their, everything that was, important other than my life that was, on the table at the moment. And then Dawn Demana stated and continued to tell me that I should just let the bank repossess my truck, which, that I got forced into that truck, and I got the Suburban taken away from me. I think illegally, but, it seemed legal, seemed legal then, I guess. But anyhow, and she told me also that, I could get, a cheap apartment somewhere, cheap. Don't worry about it. This is how she was representing me. Okay? And I just listened to them in horror, actually, and I didn't really say anything. And I just said, okay, I had enough of this, and I left. And I didn't really want to go to another mediation. I got forced into two, and then the third one I said no, I refused it. Then I got threatened with arrest because I didn't want to be forced into that. I had a secret hearing after all the other hearings were going on. It seemed like a secret meeting hearing. But anyhow, here's all the information, and then it tells about how I got my inheritance. Okay, and here is the itemized thing on the house. Okay, so it was appraised at 206. This is what they said the principal value is. Okay, from Senlar. Senlar, you're first on the list, Senlar. And they sold my house, illegally auctioned it off at 350 something. 350 something. I want to hurry up and go through this. It's going to be too long. All right. This is where I got $5,000 put into the house for my mother's inheritance, and I also had $28,000 from my mother's inheritance again. And he stole half of that, never finished the project. Okay, here's a loan that he defaulted on. I paid the loan off. The last part of the loan was $6,000. I paid it off so he wouldn't have that. So that account would be okay. All right? And that numbers, that's not right. So I haven't done anything with my, what do you call it? The thing for his annuity and his pension I have the paperwork. They gave it to me, but the numbers. How am I supposed to fill this out if I don't even know like what the real numbers are? Okay, this is where he's trying to get half. This is where he's trying to seek reimbursement for a snowmobile. Well, he stole my snowmobile out of the shed one night without my knowledge. I was going to try to sell it, and he stole it, and it was in pretty good condition, awesome condition. Anybody that knows me knows that sled was beautiful and it was in great condition. And he was trying to say that whatever he was trying to say, but it was a lie. Okay, so he defaulted on the loan, but doesn't say anywhere here where I paid the last $6,000 to fix that problem. I paid it. Doesn't say anything about that. Okay. All right. Yeah. Secret Citizens account. He had his little Secret Citizens account. He didn't want. He had that up in Manchester. He didn't want anybody to know what the money was for that. And let's see. All right, well, that's it, I guess. Oh, I wanted to tell you about this last part. It was really bad. This is where I took my daughter. I took off and I took a trip. I needed to get away. Okay, that was the main thing. I needed to get away, and we went, and I took my kids to a ride in New York. Okay. It was a nice part of New York. It's called Floral Park. It wasn't like a bad part of New York. It was really clean and nice. I think it was like the French part of New York, but it was like on the outskirts. It wasn't bad. And we went to parks and stuff, and we went and visited like parks. And I would never left my children alone. And I went, and he's saying all this stuff about all these people, okay? Like he blew it out of proportion, okay? And then he says I left my kids unattended in the pool, okay? They said I left my kids unattended in the pool in Luana. It's not my name. Yeah, this is like a whole story, okay? But the thing is, all this documentation, all right, if it's not true, if it's not accurate and true, this woman, Sharon Oakes, she's a notary, signing this to be true, sworn to be true, okay? In front of her, sworn to be true. Well, I'm telling you, it's not true.